My uncle gambled away my college fund, so I showed him what it means to be crippled. Uncle Ray became my guardian after my parents died in a car crash when I was 12. He smiled at the funeral, promised the judge he'd take care of little Emma's future, then spent 6 years treating my inheritance like his personal ATM. Every time I asked about college savings, he'd pat my head and say, "Don't worry, princess. Uncle Ray's got you covered." The first sign something was wrong came during my junior year of high school. I'd been accepted to a summer program at MIT, my dream school, but Ray said we couldn't afford it right now. That was weird considering my parents had left me nearly $200,000 in a trust specifically for education. But when I pressed Ray, he got defensive and said managing money was adult business. I let it go, trusted him like the fool I was. One day, Ray came back to the house at 3 a.m. while drunk and started talking about how the system was rigged against him. I didn't understand what he said, but since he looked angry, I tried to comfort him by offering some water. He threw the glass at the floor and yelled at me to go to my room or he would put me in my place. I signed that incident off as a bad day. During senior year, I started getting acceptance letters from MIT, Stanford, Caltech, and every engineering program I dreamed of. Ray seemed nervous, but kept assuring me the money was invested wisely. But when the time came to deposit my tuition, the payment wouldn't go through. That's when I discovered the trust account was empty, completely drained. The bank manager looked at me with pity as she showed me the withdrawal history. All of the money had been withdrawn by Ray throughout the years, and the final withdrawal of $47,000 was dated just 2 weeks ago. When I confronted Ray, he broke down, but not with remorse. He cried about his bad luck, how he'd been so close to winning it all back. He'd lost everything at the casinos, then borrowed from private lenders trying to recoup, using my future as collateral. He actually seemed to believe I should feel sorry for him, and never even apologized. I had to take out predatory student loans for community college while my former classmates posted photos from their dream schools. I thought I just had to live with it, since the money was already gone. But then I overheard him on the phone 3 months later laughing with his gambling buddies. Yeah, I felt bad about the kid's college fund, but it's not my problem anymore since she turned 18. He destroyed my future and felt nothing. That's the day I decided I wouldn't let him get away with any of it. I started tracking Ray methodically. Every casino he visited, every underground poker game, every bookie. Within weeks, I had a map of his debts and creditors. Ray owed money to 3 different loan sharks: Big Tony, $30,000, Marcus the Hammer, $45,000, and Dimitri's crew, $60,000. Each thought they were his only creditor because Ray was juggling payment promises like a circus act. I studied their patterns, their collection methods, their territories. Then I created an anonymous email account and started planting seeds, sending each creditor photos of Ray at the other's establishments. These men didn't like sharing. I decided the final climax should be at a warehouse where Uncle Ray wouldn't be able to run. So I found an abandoned place and sent all the creditors texts asking them to come over to meet Ray and that he was finally going to settle his debts. Then I texted Ray from a spoofed number claiming to be from Lucky Dragon Casino about a VIP game at the warehouse. High stakes, wealthy marks, your chance to win everything back. He arrived at 9 p.m. sharp, practically salivating at the prospect. The first thing he noticed was Big Tony's Cadillac. Then Marcus stepped out of the shadows. Then Dimitri's crew blocked the exit. All of them were looking at him in anger. Ray tried to explain, but they'd already seen the evidence. The beating was methodical. They took his car, his watch, his phone, and everything in his wallet. Then they had a conversation about his house, his remaining assets, his kidneys. Ray sobbed, then begged, and offered payment plans. They weren't interested in plans anymore. By the time they were done, Ray had signed over his house deed, his car title, and an agreement for 70% of all future earnings. They left him broken and bleeding, with promises to return if payments were late. I watched from across the street as he crawled to the main road. He should have thought twice before stealing what was meant for my future. Now, Ray walks with a cane and can't afford anything but food while living in the house that I own. I let him live here because sometimes I like to stare at him and tell myself how actions have consequences.